was quite frightening. Thank you so much for that. It isn't about me this evening, it is about you, so let's talk about you. There are 1,366 of you in tonight. It's a large enough number for you to accurately represent a cross-section of my audiences at large, which means, according to the research I've done on you, and I have done the research on you, you should, as an audience, break down as follows. 89% of you in tonight will have watched at least half of the TV shows that I've made. The remaining 11% only have a vague idea of who I am. You've been dragged along as boyfriends and girlfriends. 72, and thank you for coming. Read my mind. 72% of you represent the typical Channel 4 viewer, which means you'll be, thank you, which means you'll be aged between 16 and 35, like to think of yourself as liberal-minded. You're skeptical of authority, a bit cynical of newspapers. People think of you as being quite extrovert, whereas you know you're more detached. You tend to observe. You're a people watcher. You pick up on things about people that other people miss. You have large DVD collections, including several still in their wrapper. And you're brighter, you have better taste than everyone else you know, and you download far too much internet porn. And of course, the degree... Of course, the degree to which you possess or don't possess these qualities make you more or less responsive to some of my techniques, so let's choose one of you at random, and we'll see how it goes from there. The first tour I did, I used to throw out a frisbee to choose people so you'd know that everyone that comes up is, you know, randomly selected. And there are no stooges, you know. I got an email genuinely from a woman whose daughter had been at the National Frisbee Throwing Championships of that year, was sure she'd see me there, learning my special frisbee aim, I suppose. As far as I know, there are no monkey chucking championships, so I will be chucking my monkey over you during the course of the evening. Third throw of the monkey. Whoever catches the monkey on the third throw, I'd like you to stand up for me. Here is throw number 1. Excellent. Anyone else, please, for number 2? Throw it again. Throw it again for number 2. Not back at me. Excellent. One more throw. Anywhere you like, please. Throw it again. Excellent. Nicely done. Stand. Ooh, bit of a fight. Stand up for me, lady who caught it. Thank you so much. What's your name? Danny. Danny, do you wear a watch? No. Do you have any jewellery which comes off? Yeah. What have you got? A necklace. Perfect. Thank you. And you're not planning on leaving before the second half for any reason? Okay, Danny, I'm going to use you. Can you see right in the middle of the stage there's a big white card with a large mysterious question mark on it? Danny, on the other side of that card there's a picture of an animal. And I will ask you in a moment to name an animal. You will find yourself naming the animal that's pictured on the other side of the card. You see, I like to start the whole persuasion process before I come out on stage. And ideally before you even come into the theatre, because if you don't know I'm doing it, it makes you more susceptible to it. Danny, did you notice any cryptic images of animals outside of the bar where you come in, where they're handing out the brochures? No. Shit. That's all right. You're not supposed to notice. This is good. Now, this will affect you a little bit differently because you're stood up and everyone else is sat down. But I will ask you in a moment to name an animal. You can't not name the correct animal. It doesn't matter if you change your mind over and over again, because ultimately it'll be the animal that feels right to you will be the animal that matches. I realise this might sound barking mad, being so sure that this will work, but it will work. I won't give you any sort of lead. It will just kind of work itself. Not only on you, Danny, also on your chums that you're sat with there as well, if they're of the same pedigree. So, Danny, give me some thought. There's a good girl. And when you... It's not a dog. It's not a dog or a cat or a monkey. I wouldn't be that obvious. But it is a land animal. Okay? A land animal. So not a fish or a bird. All right? A land animal. A 4-footed animal. All right? So, yes or no... It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. I won't be in a bad mood with you. So, it's not a cow. So, yes or no... Yes or no, do you have an animal in your mind at the moment? Yeah. You do. Now, maybe you're thinking, oh, I've gone for one everyone thinks of. Everyone goes, you can change your mind. You can change your mind as many times as you like, all right? You don't have to, but if you want, this is when you can do it. So you know you have a chance to change your mind, all right? Do that if you want, or don't. Stick with it, I don't mind. And then tell me, yes or no, have you got one now? Yeah. All right, then nice and loud so they can hear you right up at the back of the balcony. What's the animal you're thinking of?
A mouse.
A mouse. Not as many of you are sat there thinking, an elephant, correct? Yes, because this will affect you a little bit differently because you're sat down, she stood up. A mouse. Does that feel like a free choice to you?
Yes.
It does. It doesn't just say on the monkey, be a good sport, please say mouse or anything else. It feels like a free choice, yeah? Danny's going to play quite an important part in tonight's show, so it's vital that you are all happy with the choice of Danny as a volunteer before we go any further. So if we just bring up the lights, we'll just turn and take a look at Danny for a second and... I realise as we do this, I'm sorry, those of you upstairs, you're not going to be able to see Danny. I apologise for that. Although if you had just paid a little bit more, you might have been able to join in at this point. Bearing in mind Danny was chosen by the third throw of the monkey quite fairly. Even if you can't see it, would you put your hand up if you are happy with the choice of Danny as a volunteer, please? Hands up if you're happy with Danny. Okay, it feels nice, doesn't it? Okay, just to be fair, hands up if you are unhappy with Danny for any reason. Please don't put your own hand up at this point, Danny. All right, well, barring about 3 of you, that's an overwhelming vote in your favour, Danny. So why don't you leave the monkey where it is and head up here on stage as quickly as you can. Up you come, Danny. Run, Danny, run. Let Danny through. Run, Danny. Here she comes. Run, Danny, run. That's walking slowly. That's not even a saunter. Hello, Danny. Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Would you come and stand over there by the mic for me? Okay, now look, I'm not going to go anywhere near that bit of paper, the card. I don't think I'm going to change it. Equally, I don't want you looking on the other side yet. But, Danny, if you can just go and put your hand on the top of it, so when I tell you to, you can turn it around. Does that make sense? All right? So on the count of 3, I want you to turn it right the way around like that, so you can step back and it leans the other way against the table and they can all see what it is. Does that make sense? On the count of 3, here we go. 1, a mouse, remember? 2, 3. Turn it round. A mouse, ladies and gentlemen. Now, clearly, yes, clearly Danny has some kind of gift. Yeah, you call that psychic or you call that intuition. You are the judges, ladies and gentlemen. That is a mouse. No? That is a baby mouse with the little tits. I don't know what it is. It's not why you're up here, Danny. Come take a step back. It's not why you're up here. Okay, you're actually up here because of this briefcase on the table, all right? I'm going to give you this briefcase for the duration of the show, Danny. Your job is to bring the briefcase back in one piece at the end of the show, okay. All right? Now, hang on. Hang on. There's a chain on top of the case, and hanging from the chain, you might not be able to see at the back, is a padlock. You can see that from here, yep? If you look that way. Yes. Your job during the interval is to try and work out the combination on the lock, all right? So look, you can have a look at it so you can see it clearly. It's a combination lock. So look, very simple. You get a number in your head, you turn it to that number, all right? So you get a 14 in your head, you turn it to 14, yeah, or whatever the number is. And you'll need 3 of those numbers to open the lock, all right? So not a challenge to force it open, but I would like you to try and work it out. So if you grab the case for me, that's for you. Thank you. Also, it's just sat in an envelope. Can you grab the envelope too? And bring both of them over here to the microphone. Put the case down for a second. And you mentioned you wore a necklace, so can I just take that off you, or can you take it off easily? Okay. Bear with us. Thank you so much. Easy as that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's very nice. It's a very nice... It's Elizabeth Duke, I think. Okay. I will give you the necklace back when I get the case back from you in one piece at the end of the show, Danny. All right? I realise that... Stay there. I realise it probably sounds a little untrusting. It is, frankly. I have toured with the show for 2 years, and ever since doing this in Newcastle, I can't be too careful. So I will hand the necklace to my trusty roadie, Stephen, who will look after it for the duration of the show. Thank you, Stephen. If you can come back to the mic for me. To the mic, thank you. Put the case down for a second. Now, before you go back, I'd like you to open up the black envelope for me. Inside is a folded sheet of paper. You need to open that up, and nice and clearly, you don't want to unfold it, but just read out what it says on the outside into the mic. Nice and clearly. Out loud, please.
I promise to look after the case and not to get drunk in the interval and leave it in the toilets. Mm-hmm. I take full responsibility for a rubbish ending to the show if I lose it. And I'm sorry, I laughed at your drawing.
Hang on.
I can see it was a...
I could see it was a. And the animal you said was a...
mouse.
And I can tell you this, you didn't change your mind, did you?
No.
You stuck with it. Open it up. What does it say?
A mouse.
Show them. Show them. A mouse. Ladies and gentlemen, a mouse it was. Danny, thank you so much. I will see you at the end of the show. Look, grab the case. I'll see you right at the end. Danny, everybody. Excellently done. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for coming out tonight. This is the last night I'm ever going to do this show. Thank you for coming to it. Thank you for packing the place out. Although you probably heard it won the Olivier Award for Best Entertainment this year. That's probably why you came. It doesn't mean anything. It just means if you don't like the show, you're wrong. So, something I'd like you all to do for me. You can all think of, male, the surname of the first person you had a crush on when you were young. Think of the surname of the first person you fancied when you were little. Think of the surname of the first person you fancied when you were little. Everybody doing it. Surname of the first person you fancied when you were little. Going to choose 5 of you at random to come up here as quickly as you can. We're going to do that by throwing the monkey, and the first person I want to come from the dress circle. So if we bring up the house lights, whoever's got the monkey should be somewhere around Danny. Right, sir, stand up. We want to get it up into the dress circle. Go on, go on. Excellent, well done. Oh. Nicely done, okay. Sir, okay, stand up for us. Stand up, okay, now you're the first person, you are number 1 of 5, all right? Gonna choose 4 more of you from downstairs, which will give you time to get down here while we're choosing the others. So in a moment, you're gonna throw the monkey down here. When you catch the monkey, this is what you do. You need to get up here as quickly as you can, but you also need to throw the monkey again to choose the next person, all right? So if you catch it, you need to head up here, but throw the monkey again. Do you wanna throw it down here for the next person, sir? Excellent, here it comes. Somebody catch that. Stand up, throw it again. You head down here as quick as you can, sir. Stand up for me, throw it, head up here yourself. Thank you. Thank you, quick as you can. And stand up for me. Stand up. Throw it again. Excellent, nicely done. Stand up for me, come up here and throw the monkey again for me. Give it a good throw. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, you're the 5th person. Head up, up you come. Quick as you can, give them a big hand. Thank you very much. Sorry, what's your name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, I need to put you over here, Charlotte. You can stand right. No. Just there for me would be great. Thank you, Charlotte. And you are?
Philippa.
Philippa, stand right in the middle for me. That'll be lovely. Hello. Hello, what's your name?
Tony.
Tony, we'll put you over here. Tony, if you can stand just sort of about there for me, Tony, that'll be great. Hello, you are?
John.
John, good to meet you, John. If I can put you just there for me, John, thank you. And you are? Hello.
Gary.
Gary, good to meet you. Thanks for coming down. If you can just stand there for me. Good. Okay, if you can try and sort of line your toes up a little bit, just so my whole obsessive-compulsive neatness thing can relax. Otherwise, I have got to make you walk up again 3 times in a row while I make weird humming noises in my throat. Let me explain what I want you to do. You're each going to take a ball out of the bag. I have 5 balls in here. That is 1 each, all right? You'll take 1 out, but don't look at it. And don't let me see it, all right? Just take it out, put your hand straight behind your back, okay? So off you go. What was your name again?
Tony.
Tony. Thank you, Tony. And Gary, was it? Gary. Thank you, Gary. And your name was?
Philippa.
Philippa. Thank you, Philippa. Have a good rummage around. Thank you. John, take the phone. Was it Dan?
John.
John, sorry, John, if you take it for me, and then you can pass it to... No, take it for me, John. What was your name at the end? Charlotte. Charlotte, will you make sure you're taking the last ball? Otherwise, somebody hasn't taken one. And just throw the bag off into the side. You can chuck it off there. All right, thank you. 4 of you will have a white ball. 1 of you will have a black ball, because that's what was in the bag, all right? In a moment, I'm going to ask you to have a look and see what you've got. If you are the one person with a black ball, you might be tempted to give yourself away a bit by smirking or laughing or fainting or something. Don't, all right? Keep an absolute poker face. So for now, I'm just going to look over here. Just bring out your hands like this, but keep the ball contained, concealed in your hands. All right? And while I look over here, please just prise apart your thumbs just enough to take a quick private peek at your ball. Very weird when I say that. Teetering on smut. When you've done that, please put your hands back behind your back. Thank you very much indeed. In fact, if you've got a back pocket, can you put the ball in your back pocket? If you don't have a back pocket, improvise. Okay, that's for you, Tony, thank you. You're all off the hook now, but you will have in your minds the surname of the first person you had a crush on, yes? I'm going to get you to write down that name for me. Now, like the word mouse, you need to write nice and large and clear, so if we do need to show it around, people can read it. So large, clear, block capital letters, all right? Just the surname. When you've written it, you tear the paper off, please. And just tear straight off, just fold it up, put it in your pocket, get everything out the way. That's really important, all right? While you're doing that, I shall explain the rules of the game to you, but I need to do this while I'm not looking at you, all right? So please make sure you're listening. 1 at a time, you're going to come up to the microphone, you're going to tell me your name and what you do for a living, and please be honest about that, all right? Then and only then I will ask you a test question. Now, when I ask you the test question, if you're one of the people with a white ball, you must lie in response to the test question. All right? So a white ball is a white lie. Please remember that, guys. If you're the one person with a black ball, though, you always tell the truth. And my task is to work out which one of you is the truth teller, which one of you has the black ball. And all the people I think are lying, I will send back to their seats. Is that all the writing done? Yes? Yeah. All done? Great. Okay, so then let's start with you, Tony. Why don't you come forward for us? Thank you, Tony. So remember, starting off being absolutely honest, your name, please, and what you do for a living.
My name's Tony. And I'm a house husband, housewife, whatever.
A house husband or indeed housewife. Okay. Okay, thank you, Tony. Now, you understand the game. I'm about to ask you your test question now. If you've got a white ball, you're going to lie. Black ball, you're going to tell the truth. Bear in mind the chances are pretty high that Tony is going to lie at this point. It's only a 1 in 5 chance that Tony would be telling the truth. So we can almost guarantee you're probably going to tell a big fat lie at this point. So face the front, absolute poker face. You also might want to bear in mind, Tony, that because of the sorts of... Keep facing the front for me. Because of the sorts of unconscious behaviours that we unconsciously choose daily, male subjects tend to give themselves a little bit more away than female subjects, right? But don't let that put you off. Don't let any of this put you off. Otherwise, you'll be even less convincing, all right? So keep facing the front for me. If any of you are so convincing that I believe you, £50. if you lie so convincingly that I think you're telling the truth. 50, it's a lot of money to those people up at the back there. £50 if you lie so convincingly that I believe you. All right, so here we go with your test question. Face the front for me, Tony. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Can we get a little bit more light on Tony, please? Just a little bit more light. Thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What's your mother's maiden name?
Haggerty.
Just to reiterate to the rest of you, your task is to lie as convincingly as you can. It wasn't bad. There was just a very strange pause there. Don't believe a word of it. I'm going to take your white ball off you, send you back to your seat, Tony. There you go. 1 down. Thank you, Tony. Nicely done, though. Not bad at all. I'll let you head back. Not bad at all. That was unfair. That was unfair. I didn't give him any time to think of a better answer, and understandably, he flummoxed. You guys have an advantage. I will ask you the same question. I will ask you the same question, your mother's maiden name. Even now, you can be thinking up a nice, convincing answer, all right? As a tip, come out with the name of someone else you know. That's often more convincing than trying to make up a name, right? But we'll see how it goes. Let's go with Charlotte. Come forward. If you can just stand there for me. Into the microphone. Your name and what you do for a living?
My name's Charlotte and I work for London Ambulance Service.
I'm sorry? What did you say?
I work for London Ambulance.
London Ambulance Service. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So, Charlotte, you understand the game. What is your mother's maiden name?
Haylock.
Okay. Very open, relaxed, innocent. I'll keep you back in line for the moment. Very good. Maybe too relaxed and innocent. That's the only thing. Normally when people are put on the spot, they do tend to act a little bit guilty. That's, like if the police knock on your door and you haven't done anything, but you act like you've murdered somebody because they are stood right there. If the police knock on your door because, the girl had said she was older than she was when you were on tour or whatever that is for you. Let's go with Gary. Do you want to come forward for us? So, your name and what you do for a living, please be honest.
My name's Gary and I work in IT.
Very good. Thank you, Gary. And I'm going to ask you the same question, so here we go. Your mother's maiden name, please.
Johnson.
OK. Spoke about being too innocent here. The opposite's also true. Very difficult not to blush if you know you've been caught out in a lie. That's a very common response because lying has a terrible stigma attached to it in our culture. We use words like, you dirty liar. No, you filthy liar. You dirty, filthy, stinking liar. We use words like that. Very difficult not to blush. If you know you've been caught out, you know what blushing is. It's just blood that kind of rises up through the collar line. You get that sort of warmth across your forehead and across your cheeks too. And there you go. Lovely shade of beetroot. I'm going to take your little white ball off you, send your big red face back to your seat, Gary. Excellent. Nicely done, though. Thank you very much indeed. All right, so let's go with John. Would you want to come forward for us? Thank you, John. And into the microphone, please. Your mother's maiden name is?
Smith.
OK, I'm going to keep you. Back in line, please. Philippa, you're last. If you can come forward for me, too. Oh, it's what I call the walk of shame. Did you see it? It's this kind of... OK. It's that sort of... It's the walk of somebody who doesn't want to walk forward. It is the walk of a woman burdened by her own guilt. A woman on her way to the gallows. I won't even ask you to say a word. I'm going to take your white ball off you, send you back to your seat, Philippa. There we go. 1 down. Thank you, Philippa. So it's one of you two. Would you both come forward for me? Both of you come forward for me, please. OK, stand. If you can just stand and face each other sort of about there, that'll be great. Lovely. All right. So, look, one of you two is the final liar. One of you two is the truth teller. All right? For this last round, I won't ask you your mother's maiden name. I will ask you the surname of the first person you had a crush on when you were young. All right? However, for this last round, you only answer in your head. You say nothing out loud. All right? You only answer in your head. Same rules applies. If you've got the white ball, you're going to lie. You're going to think a lie. Black ball, you're going to think the real name, but you only do it in your head. You say nothing out loud. Is that clear? Yep. OK, both of you turn and face the front for me. Thank you. In your mind, then, not out loud, think of the surname of the first person you had a crush on. Do that for me now. And as you're doing this, what we're looking for, they're called micro-signals. Tiny flickers of guilt. Oh, nicely done. Thank you. Keep facing the front. Don't look. I'll tell you what I think. I think our truth teller is on this side. A lot of you are going to have this round the other way. I think this is our truth teller here. I think our final liar is here. All right? Truth teller here, final liar here. If I'm wrong, all right, it's this person who gets the £50 because this is the person. It's difficult. Well, £40. We'll say £40. If I'm wrong, because this is the person I think is telling the truth on this side. I love this game. Let's find out. Can you both all just get the ball ready first behind your back? Just make sure you're holding on to it. Don't let anybody see. Hold on to it behind your back. Done? Done? Yes? OK. All right. For £30, will the truth teller please place her, or his, black ball into my hand. Yes, excellent. Thank you so very much. Stay right there, which means you've got the last white ball, is that right? Thank you very much, John. I'll ask you to go and sit down again, but thank you very much indeed. Now, you're all intelligent people. You know that these skills are not psychic. And if you watch the TV shows, you'll know my skill base is magic, suggestion, psychology, misdirection, and showmanship. And as part of that, I kind of give myself permission to be a bit dishonest with you sometimes if I think it heightens the effect, but I'm always honest about my dishonesty. Yeah? Unlike the psychic industry, which is occasionally well-meaning, but always based on dishonesty. And big business too. There are some brochures outside in the foyer, things that are kind of going on around London. There are some fantastically expensive courses you can go on if you want to learn psychic powers. And if you choose page £1,400 a week to learn rubbish, then that's up to you, but there are some brochures out in the foyer. And Charlotte, was it? Thank you so much for coming up. Look at me now and just sleep. Just sink right the way down, right the way deep, right the way sound asleep. Just drifting and sinking and floating. Take all the time you need to do this. Right the way deep and right the way sound asleep. Now, you can still hear and understand everything that I'm saying. That's really important. But this will allow you to do this perfectly. What I want you to do in your mind, Charlotte, nothing out loud, is first of all to picture that person, that first person you had a crush on. And as you picture him stood there, I want you in your mind just to begin to repeat that name to yourself over and over again. In your mind, please, nothing out loud. Nothing out loud, just repeating the name to yourself over and over again. And as you do that, as you whisper the name to yourself, not moving a muscle, I want you to begin to move the picture in a little bit closer to you, so it's a little more clear, that you can really look at the picture and see it really clearly in front of you. Good. And just saying it to yourself over and over again, saying the name, and each time that you whisper it, just getting a little bit clearer, a little louder in your mind, but with a nice warm sense of a whisper. Okay, stay. You're doing absolutely great for me, Charlotte. Stay right there for me. Let me show you the rest of you. I'm sort of going to half guess this because I'm not sure. So it probably won't be this exactly, all right? So it's a bit of a guess, but it'll be something like that. It's a bit difficult because there's only the one plosive at the beginning, which doesn't really help. But it'll be something like this. If it's not this exactly, it'll be something similar. I hope you can all see that. Okay. So Charlotte, you take all the time you need, please, just to slowly reorientate yourself back to the room and take all the time you need to come back to us. Okay? It's weird, isn't it? You all right? Okay, nice and honest. Please, honestly, into the mic. The name of the first person you had a crush on.
Price.
Thank you so much. Brilliantly done. Thank you. I'll let you head back. Charlotte, everybody. Thank you, Charlotte. Excellently done, Charlotte. Thank you. Where is Danny? Danny with a case. Where are you, Danny? Danny with a case. Danny, you've got 20 minutes to work out the combination on that lock. And even if you can't do that, please at least try different numbers. All right? Different numbers. Pull at the lock so you know it's a real lock. All right? I'll tell you this, Danny. By now, you know what the combination is on that lock. You just don't know that you know. But you've got 20 minutes to do that. The rest of you have 20 minutes to go get a drink. I will see you back here for the second half. Thank you. cat for me. Just check that it's solid and sharp on the end. Yeah, thank you. Take hold of the end. Now you don't pull, you just hold it tight, all right? Don't move. Try and keep your hand really still. Nice and tight, don't move. Don't let go. Still, nice and tight. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Thank you, Kat. I did that on television a couple of years ago, and I got a lot of people. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry. eBay, obviously. A lot of people asking me why I did it. You know, do you hammer daily a number 14 male into your head? And no, I don't. But the reasons for doing it led to the formation of the second half of this show, which is kind of the use of the techniques on myself. And I do use them on myself for physical reasons. And there are one or two things I'm going to do in this half that Channel 4 won't let me do on television without putting a warning up on the screen. But I am allowed to do them in the theatre. Okay, I'm going to try and get this up in the dress circle. When you get it, will you throw it back for me? Not back down here, but back up in the dress circle to somebody else, all right? Here it comes. Right, throw it up there again, not down here, just back up to somebody else up there, please. And I'm going to take the nearest guy, wherever it lands. Nearest guy, would you stand up for me, please? What's your name? Stephen. Stephen, what are you wearing on your feet? Boots. Boots, fantastic. Please leave the monkey where it is. Stephen, head down here as quickly as you can. Stephen, everybody, thank you very much. And from downstairs, I need a lady. A lady who is medically trained. A lady who is medically trained. So would you stand up for me? Just if you're medically trained, would you stand up for me? What's your name, lady in the front? Ruth, what do you do, Ruth? Physiotherapist. Physiotherapist, thank you. Stay right there for me. Lady behind me, what's your name? Amy. Amy, what do you do, Amy?
Cabin crew.
Cabin crew. Ruth, I think I will go with you, Ruth, if that's all right. So, Ruth, could you head up here? A round of applause for Ruth. Thank you very much indeed. Ruth and Stephen. Stephen, thank you so much. Thank you for coming down. Appreciate it. Thank you. Stay right there for me. Thank you so much. Would you both follow me around the back here, please? Thank you. And if you can stand there for me, Stephen, just turn and face that way. That's great, Stephen. Ruth, you can come around here, please. Mind the hammer, mind the cable. Just stand there for me and face out that way for me too. That's great. Pain is very subjective. It's a subjective thing. Like when you're young and you tear around influential and you cut yourself and you don't realize that you're cut until you look down and you see the blood and then suddenly it starts to hurt. Or when you're in the bath and you've got your feet stuck out and there's hot water dripping on your toe and you don't know it's the hot tap, you think it's the cold tap. Suddenly when you look down and see it's the hot tap, suddenly it's scalding hot. Pain is very subjective. Okay, we're going to break some more glass. Ruth and Stephen, I need you to check these are real bottles. Would you please do that for me? When you're happy that's real glass and real bottles, if you can just place them, stand them on the floor in front of you. When you've done that, I'd like you to put these goggles on for me. And then I'd like you to place the gloves on for me too. It's just red wine stains on that, Stephen, you'll be fine. Okay, you're right-handed, aren't you? So if you can crouch down for me, Ruth, and with your left hand, I'd like you to take hold of the neck of the bottle through the towel. So like that, thank you. You're right-handed as well. If you can crouch down for me. Same thing. Left hand around the neck of the bottle, like that for me. Thank you, Stephen. All right. There's the hammer, Ruth. I need you to bring it down, break the bottle into small pieces. You have to go really hard, right in the middle. Go. That's fantastic. Want to give it one more, or are you happy with that? Are you going to stand up for me? Stephen, there you go. Nice and hard, please. Fantastic. Stand up for me too, Stephen. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is all a bit pointless if you think I'm using fake glass, and you'd be forgiven for that, because this is often done with fake glass. So I'm going to ask you both, starting with you, Ruth, if you can just step forward, Ruth, onto the tarpaulin for me. Now, please don't kneel, but if you can just crouch down and pick up a couple of pieces of glass. You're the eyes of the audience here. Have a look at them for me. Is it real glass?
Yes.
And the edges haven't been rounded down or anything like that?
No.
And sharp edges too, yes? You happy with this?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to just place them back in the pile for me? Thank you so much. If you can just drop place the gloves and goggles back in that bucket nearest you, that'd be great. Stephen, if you're happy to, I'd love you to take these gloves off and pick up a piece in your bare hand so people know that it really is real, all right? But you'll be careful, yes? Thank you. So just a single piece or a couple of pieces. Okay, is that real glass?
Yeah.
All right, are you happy this is real? Do you want to keep checking, or are you happy? Please be careful.
Yeah, I'm happy.
You're happy? Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Great, thank you. You can take the goggles off now. I'll take them back from you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank you. See, there are tools and techniques that I've taken on board and made part of who I am, which go back through a tradition of performers who had their heyday in the 1930s. And these are very diverse people. These are vaudevillians and fakirs. And there was one man around that time who went under the name of the Great Prestoni. That was the name that he used. And what Prestoni did, no one has done since him. Prestoni was able to cut off the oxygen to his brain. And it allowed him to achieve two things. First of all, he could be cut, and he wouldn't bleed because it affected the flow of blood throughout his whole body. And secondly, he could withstand massive amounts of pain in relative comfort. And Prestoni was one of a tiny handful of people in history that have done this using real glass. And I became obsessed with this man. I studied everything I could to do them. I spent time with his two daughters that he taught his act to, and they taught it to me. And for me, it's an honor, genuinely, to be able to perform this in such a prestigious theatre. Prestoni died a drug addict and an alcoholic. Because that state that he put himself into, it's called cerebral anoxia. It's a lack of oxygen to the brain. It's incredibly addictive. and I shouldn't say this, when you come out of it, it's euphoric. Then that can lead to an addictive personality, which is ultimately why Prestoni died in the way that he did. Ruth, would you come around here for me? Come around this side. Ruth, this is not the nicest job in the world, but I need you to check my feet, all right? I need you to check that there's no special skin or anything attached to them. I'm sorry, it's very warm.
No, just nice, sweaty feet.
Thank you, yeah, I apologise for that. But nothing attached, the skin hasn't been toughened or anything like that?
No, it's quite soft.
Thank you, thank you. Would you come and check the other one? I think you'll find this one even softer.
That's
Real feet?
beautiful.
Thank you. Let's do with that. Real feet. Happy?
Real feet, yeah.
Great. Could you come back round here for me? I'm going to ask you to take that drumstick just out of the bag there for me. I'll let you do that. Actually, first of all, I'm going to ask you to take my pulse. If you take the pulse with your right hand here, and then with your left hand to tap out the pulse that you feel on the end of the mic with the drumstick. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, fairly comfortable with that? Yeah. Does it seem a little fast or quite relaxed?
No,
or?
quite regular.
Quite regular, great, okay. So in order to do this and to put myself into the state that Prestoni would, I'm going to put a plastic bag over my head. Would you take the bag off for me, Ruth? So look, I'm not going to suffocate, thank you, because I'll be holding onto the bag, all right? So if I did pass out, air would come up into the bag and I'd be fine, all right? So if you were just as a nurse or as a physiotherapist, please resist the urge to pull the bag back off my head. As we do this, I want you to carry on taking my pulse, all right? Yeah. Now, the point is the pulse should change. It's really important that you accurately reflect on that, what you feel in my arm, all right? Can you feel anything? out on the mic. Wait till you feel it kicking. Get ready. Yeah? Yeah? Good. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Ruth. Can you take that from me? Ruth, everybody. Ruth and Stephen, thank you very much. Can I ask you to go back that way from me? Stephen, everybody. Thank you. Oh, your feet hurt, but you do kind of feel all buzzy. It's all kind of, for me, about you facing the fear of pain, if you like. Oh, excuse me. And the flip side of it is using pain. And this kind of goes back to when I was at school. Can I get a lady up here? Can we throw the monkey from wherever it is, from down up there, I think? And I'll just choose the nearest lady. Can you throw it down for me? Nearest lady, wherever it lands. Just give it a good throw, any way you like. Great, thank you. Nearest lady. I think that's going to be you. Would you leave the monkey? Oh, no, you bring the monkey with you. Would you head up for me? Thank you so much. Excellent. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Hello. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you. Just come over here for me. Thank you. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. You're not a therapist, are you?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Lucky guess. Chris, show me your hands first of all. Okay. No. Perfect. Lovely. Chris, were you picked on a bit when you were a kid at school?
No.
No. Okay. I was. And there was a kid called John, who wasn't very nice, and he used to tip all my bags up in the corridor, Chris, and then when I'd bend down and pick the stuff up, he'd give me a good kicking. And this used to go on regularly, and this was primary school, and I was quite young. And I didn't cry about it, Chris. What I did to distract myself from what was going on is I would count the things that fell out of my bag, you know? So if it was pencil shavings, literally, I'd count them, I'd add them up. Or if a book fell open, I'd count the words on the page to distract me from what was going on. And it meant, as an adult, Chris, that I've kind of learned to associate the ability to make quite rapid calculations in my head with the experience of pain. Come with me. Over here for me. You're right-handed, aren't you? So if you hold that in your left hand for me, I'm going to ask you, with your right hand here, there's a bowl of buttons on the table. There's about 100 or something in there. You're going to reach in with your right hand, take handfuls of buttons, and place them on the tray in your left. Okay, please make sure they don't go on the table or the floor, because they fall off on this stage and I'll trip up and so on. Don't do it yet. You're going to wait till I'm looking the other way. Don't take them all, but I do want a lot of buttons on there. All right, I'd leave some there, but several handfuls. You do that for me now, Chris? I'm not looking. Just do mine where they go. Done? Can you cover the tray up for me? Is that it? You happy? Could you cover the tray up for me with those? Thank you. And can you cover up the bowl with this black cloth, please, just so I can't see how many are left. But do keep hold of the tray, and if you can bring the tray and come and stand behind me here, and hold it as you were, so with your left hand by the side of the tray, but underneath the cloth. But underneath the cloth. That's great, perfect. In a moment, I'll ask you to pull the cloth off, so you'll need to... It's fiddly, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Good. All right, now slap me. But really hard, really hard. Go on. It's not hard. Go on, really hard. Go on, really hard. Go on. Oh! Cloth off! Take the cloth off, quick! Quick! Off! Take the cloth, oh, I've lost it. 63. I'm going to say 63. On the table. Put the tray on the table for me. 63 buttons. Take a seat. Okay. You're going to move them all down this end for me, and you're going to count them two at a time towards you. Do take your time with this so you can do it accurately. 2, thank you, 4, out loud. 6, 8,
10,
12, take your time. 14, 16, 18. Hang on, pause a second. I'm going to say, sorry, I wore off. I'm going to add a few. I'm going to say 66. 66. All right, forgive me. Was that 18?
18.
So 20. Okay. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Count with me, please. 34, 36, 38, 40. Okay, go on. 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Okay, pause for a second. The number is 66. Give me one either way, but I'm going to go with 66. Go. 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. Now one at a time for me, please. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Spot on. 66 buttons. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Actually, Chris, come back. Chris, come back, Chris. Come back. So I want to try that again, because I thought I didn't get the number straight out. Let me try that again. You do exactly the same thing. You were great. I'm going to try it a little bit differently. It'll make it more difficult, but let me try this a different way. So several handfuls. Off you go. Just like before, thank you. Done? Yep. Okay, cover it up for me, same thing. Thank you. And then cover the bowl up as well. Come and stand back here again. Excellent. All right. Okay. Same thing, except this time what I want to do is I want to count them while they're moving. All right? So what you need to do is you need to start the tray moving, ideally before you even pull the cloth off. Because I will start the fraction of a second I see the buttons. So please make sure they're moving around. Jiggle the tray around. Are you ready? Slap me again. Go on.
That's what I don't like.
No, I know. Go on. One more. Up a bit. Oh! Take the cloth off. Cloth off. Keep them moving. Take the cloth off. Take the cloth off. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. 76. It might be 77. I'll say 76. On the table. On the table. I'll say 76. Move them all up this end. Same thing, please. Two at a time. Just to start them right up this end for me, Chris. Otherwise, it'll be more difficult to tell. Okay, 2, 4, 6,
8,
10, yeah.
12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22,
Yep.
24,
26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Just pause a second and just move those right down there. 76, 77, I'll say 76. I'll go 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70. One at a time. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. With them moving! With them moving! Chris, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. I just that was a punch. That was a fucking punch, that last one. She's so done that before. Okay. Going to show you something now, and it's the end of the show. But it's kind of, for me, it's the most interesting thing, because you will do this yourself now. You will do this. I don't do this. You do it. And you can't not get it right. You have to do this right. Because if you've watched and listened over the last couple of hours, hour and a half, you will get this. I'll show you. It's this. It's this. It's an envelope. I'm going to put it here. It's a prediction, if you like, a prediction of the future, of decisions that you're going to make, which will lead to what's in that envelope. And you can't not make those decisions. You can't not make decisions that will lead to what's in there. It's inevitable. What's in there is inevitable-ish. Okay. I'm going to throw these out. These are heavier than you think, so if one comes at you, please catch it, all right? Don't sit there going, no, I won't, because it will just, they are heavy. These are today's papers. Today's papers, you grab them for me there. Thank you. It's the Times. Let's go over there. Somebody catch for me. Sorry. Daily Mail over there. Thank you very much. Okay. Daily Mail. Oh, we've had the Daily Mail. I'm sorry. Independent. Let's get one up there. Catch for me. Thank you. Got another Independent. There are a couple of duplicates. So somebody catch this up there. Ready? Oh, heavy. You all right? You okay? Count the buttons. Have a go. Just go and get a go. Whose phone's that? Whose phone was that? Don't answer it. It's really bad news. The Sun. Great, thank you. Let's get another one up there. This is the Mirror, Daily Mirror. Somebody catch? Will you throw that one back again for me so somebody else gets it? Try and get that one round towards the middle there, all right? Telegraph over there, downstairs. Somebody catch for me, please. And can we move that one that way a little bit? Just trying to spread them all out. And the Guardian, you have the one over there if you like. And the Evening Standard. All right, spread this one out. I'll move it. It won't go as far. Will you throw it over that way, please, so they all spread out? That is 10 of today's papers. Now we need Danny. Danny with the case. Do you want your necklace back, Danny? Where are you? Where are you, Danny? Bring the case up. Head up here quick as you can. Keep it going for Danny. Come on, Danny, run. Let's keep it going for Danny. Danny, thank you so much. Please check your necklace is okay. What paper do you read, by the way? What do you read? What? Okay, let me just get rid of that. Sorry, let me chuck that down there. Any of you... Sorry, is that all right? Do you want to put it in your pocket for now? Rather than put... Yeah, great. Come and stand over here for me. Okay, if any of you have got the papers that match the papers you read at home or anything, just please take them home with you so you can check at the end, that they are real papers, which they are. It'll give you a chance to check that. Okay, so you tried lots of different numbers on here? Yeah, any luck at all?
No.
No. Did you try your birthday?
No.
No, sometimes people do. Okay, but you tried lots of different numbers and... Okay, all right, good. Good. Okay, so we need to get this open. So, could you, if you've got a paper in your hand, I'd like you just to hold it up in the air for me and just wave it in the air. Leave the band on it, but move it around, please. Keep it waving. Will you please choose someone who's got their hand up?
Over there in the green.
Lady in the green, would you stand up for me for a second? Thank you so much. Ready, we can put your papers down. Okay, your name, please?
Kirsty.
Kirsty, thank you. And the paper you've got is?
The Daily Mail.
The Daily Mail, thank you so much. Are you happy to do this with Kirsty?
Yep.
Yep, happy to do it with the Daily Mail?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, and if you are, because all these things we can change as you go along, all right? You need to know these are your decisions that you can change. Great. So, Kirsty, for now, I'll ask you to sit back down, and the rest of you, take your papers, please, home with you. Kirsty will come back to you in a second. All right, so look, if I ask you, turn and face me, if I asked you what the combination was in that lock, you'd have to say you didn't know.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that you could know, all right? But part of that is you thinking it's impossible, because it sounds impossible, but, you know, there's only 3 numbers you've got to get. You know which number's between 0 and 39, because you'll have worked that out.
Yeah.
So if I told you that you did know what the numbers were, all right, and instead of you going, oh, I don't know what they are, just to think, yes, I do know what they are. Like you're playing a game where you're pretending to be psychic and thinking, yes, I know what the numbers are. Does that make sense? So you think it's easy. It's an easy thing to know. So if I told you you knew the first number in the combination, what is that? What's the first number? Say it.
1.
You think it's 1. They turn it to 1. Turn it to 1. Excellent. Come back to me. All right. So you've had 1 as the first number in the combination. So now we've got the next number in the combination, all right? So again, just believing that you know it. Don't think, oh, you're just thinking, yes, I do know it, all right? So what's the next number in the combination that will open the padlock? What is it? Between 0 and 39. It's not going to be 1, 2, 3, all right? So what's the next number in the look at me?
24.
24. Very good. Turn it to 24. Excellent. Very good. These numbers just popping into your head, yes? Yep. Okay, so we've had 1 and we've had 24. Now, what's the last number going to be, look at me, in the combination which opens the padlock? What's the last number?
15.
Say?
15.
15. No, but you're slightly questioning it. You want to change one of those 2 digits. You're going to change the 1 or the 5?
The 5.
The 5. Great. What are you going to change it for?
3.
3. So the final number is?
13.
13. Turn it to 13 for me. And pull.
Down.
Nicely done, Danny. Nicely done. Well done. Take the chain off for me, Danny. Take the chain off. Just chuck it on the floor. Chuck it on the floor for me. Chuck it on the floor. Right, put the case down on the table. And I want you to just press in the little white buttons there, and then you better lift the top half up. Do that for me. Great. Yeah, you can just lift. That's great. What's inside? What is that?
I hope it's not a mouse.
No, what is it?
It's a box.
Another case. Take it out for me. There are 14 of these. Bear with us. Take it out for me. Take it out. OK, now look, the important thing is inside this, all right? Because I did this because I thought you might sneak a look in the side of that or crowbar it open. So the important thing's inside the case, inside the case. We will come back to that in a little bit. All right, you chose a paper which was the Daily Mail, OK? And you didn't want to change your mind, so we're going, it was Kirsty, isn't it? So, Kirsty, we need to choose a page from the Mail. You are a little bit far away, so let's... Can I just grab a paper from the front there? Is that one of mine or one of the... Is that one of mine? This is today's paper. Can you just verify into the mic there, please, that is today's date, yes?
Yeah.
Well, if any of you get the Times, you'll recognise it. Britain vows to imprison the tyrants of Africa. You'll recognise that if you get the Times. Now, these headlines are written to influence us. The way we think about the article, the way we read the issue, even the way we vote sometimes, all right? And similarly with advertising slogans, not like that. It affects the way we think about the product, the way we spend our money. I'm going to read you a bunch of headlines or advertising slogans. Your job, Danny, is to stop me any way you like while I'm reading one out. Whatever page we're on, that is the page we'll go with. But not on this, we'll go with it in the Mail over there with Kirsty. All right, does that make sense? So when you do say stop, you need to say stop really clearly into the mic. OK? And don't say it before I read something out. You can either say it while I'm reading one or just afterwards. Does that make sense? OK. Trying to avoid anything Miracle patient gets in the saddle. Gypsy moth rescued from South Sea reef. Sweetener is not a cancer risk.
Stop.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure? Want me to carry on? And carry on if you like. You happy with that page?
Yeah.
OK, all right. There we are. Sweetener is not a cancer risk. Into the mic, please. The page is page...
14.
Page 14. You happy with 14?
Yeah.
Only if you are. Then 14 we'll go with. So, Kirsty, if you stand up for me, you want to pull out page 14 from the Daily Mail. So if you drop everything else, so you're just holding on to the corner of page 14, just literally drop everything else on the floor. You'll probably find it comes out with another page attached to it. That's fine. Great, it does. Do me a favour, tear it down the middle for me, just so you've got 2 separate pages. Doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can sort of try and get that relatively clean. Excellent, then just hold out a page in each hand for me, Kirsty. Great, great, lovely, thank you. All right, so look, we only need one or the other, so you're going to either hand one down to the lady on that side or one down to the lady on that side. If you can do that for me. Yeah, whichever one, thank you so much. If that lady could stand, you can sit down for me now, Kirsty. So what page have you got there? The one with 14 on it, or whatever was attached to it? It should probably be 70-something.
13.
You've got 13 and 14, you've got that side. Okay, great. Will you have a look? What's your name, by the way?
Melissa.
Melissa, will you have a look at both sides for me, Melissa? And you don't need to memorise anything, but just have a look at both sides and get it around the way you'd like to have it, and let me know when you've done that. Yep. And what page is that? What can I see? Hold it up for me like this, I can't. What page am I looking at there?
14.
14. Actually, was the number you said. We've sort of come back to it. But we could have gone either way with either page, and that's fine. Okay, 14 it is then. Melissa, you need to start tearing that up. So if you can turn it landscape for me, tear it down the middle, put the two halves together, tear them again, put them together, tear them again. So we get a nice pile of papers. Very important, don't drop any. And also, please try not to screw them up, all right? So a nice, neat pile. As you do this... Oh. It's the nail that starts to hurt about now. As you do this, can you come into the aisle as you do it, please? So keep tearing for me a nice, neat pile of papers, please. Try not to drop any as you do it. Actually, you come right to the front. Keep tearing for me. Keep tearing until you feel you can't tear them anymore, all right? If you can come just down here for me, Melissa, that'll be great. Imagine one more. When you've done it, just hold out half in each hand. That's probably going to be as much. Great, turn to face me. That'll be great. Turn to face me. So look, now what you're going to do, this is the only point I'm not going to let you change a decision that's made, all right? I'm going to go with Melissa's decision, and I will go with your first decision, all right? When I click my fingers, just as we did back there, you're going to hand to me the half you'd like me to carry on with and the half you'd like me to use. The other half you can drop on the floor or whatever you like, okay? So when I click my fingers, the half that feels right to you, I'd like you to extend to me, and those will be the ones I use. Ready? Here we go. Sure? Okay, so I'm going to take these without dropping any myself. So let me take them like that. Perfect, wonderfully done. Round of applause for Melissa, I think. Thank you very much indeed, Melissa. All right, do you want to take the microphone for me and head over to the table with me, please? Head over to the table for me. I'm going to put those there. Can you take a seat for me? Sorry, head over to the table and just take a seat there for me. All right. Okay. Now look, we probably, I don't know how many we've got there exactly. If you give me a number between 1 and 10, I'll count off that number of pieces, all right? And again, you can change your mind. As with everything that you choose, you can change, all right? So don't feel committed to it. But into the mic, please, a number between 1 and 10. I'm going to count off that number of pieces that you tell me.
7.
7. Are you happy with the idea of me counting off 7 pieces, or do you want to change the number?
No,
I'll stay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will count off 7 pieces. Now, if I do anything other than count off 7 pieces, if I start taking extra pieces or swapping anything like that, you must say so into the mic, because you guys can see fairly clearly, but you have the clearest view here, right? You are the eyes of the audience and everybody watching this, all right? And everybody watching this on TV as well. Okay, here we go. I will count off 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, you can see these are all different as I do it. 6, 7. That is the 7th piece I'm removing. All right. Will you do me a favour? Will you please take the next piece for yourself? Okay. I won't even touch it. All right. So I won't, no, take it for yourself. I'm not going to touch it. All right. Okay. Now, you need to have a look at that. You need to choose a word on there. All right. So I'll take the mic from you. Have a look through it. Choose a word. What I want is a nice, long, interesting word on there. All right. Otherwise, all this will have been a bit pointless. Have a good read through it, and then give me a nice, long, or interesting word on there that you'd like to go with. One that you can read on there. What are you going to go with? Actually, if you come say this into the mic, basically, if we end up with a word like the or under or whatever, at this point, it will seem a little bit of an anticlimax. So what was that again?
Influential.
Influential. Let's have a look. Okay, that's a very good word. Thank you. Okay, all right. Now, look, for the record, not the only long word on there. We've got overwhelmingly, establishment. There's quite a few, educational, but you're happy with influential, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, if you are, then I am. We'll go with that. That's one word chosen from about 40 on there, but we can certainly see it as one word chosen from about, 2,000 words. It'll be on page 14 of the Daily Mail. It'll have about 2,000 words on it. There'll be about 80 pages in the Daily Mail, so that's 160,000 words just in the Daily Mail, yes? But there were 10 papers that you could have chosen from that were around the room, so that's 1.6 million different words that you had to choose from in this room, and you just, without me exaggerating, and you choose the word influential. Is that fair?
Yeah.
No. No. No, it's not. It is not fair. It's not. It's inevitable. It is not fair. It's inevitable that you chose the Daily Mail right there with Kirsty and didn't want to change your mind. Inevitable you said page 14 and didn't want to change your mind. I was so fair about that. Inevitable, Melissa, that you handed me that half with that word in it. And inevitable that you said to count off 7 pieces and not 3 or just 1 or all 10 or whatever. And that you ended up, out of all the long words on there, it was not the only long word on there, correct?
That's true.
Correct? That you chose the word influential. Let me show you why it's inevitable. Open it up. Open it. Good. Okay, you need to hold there for me. Sorry, hold there for me. And one more time into the mic, really loud. The word was?
Influential.
Influential. There it is. Influential. Danny, ladies and gentlemen, well done, Danny. Danny, thank you so very much indeed. Danny, everybody. Actually, wait. Sorry, just a second. You're all intelligent people. If you think that worked, you're going to think about this in the bar. You're going to be having a drink afterwards or driving home or up at 4 in the morning trying to work out how that worked. And you're going to think to yourself, and I'm only saying this because I know I would think this if I was watching it myself, all right? You're going to think, OK, we know you were a fair choice of person because you chose the monkey at the beginning. You caught that and we all took a vote. We were happy with you. And you could have changed your mind with the paper. You could have changed your mind with the page, even down to the word at the end. I was fair about that. So I think, well, maybe it didn't make any difference what you chose. If that was it. Maybe all that happened was Magic Boy here switches a bit of paper at the end, hopes she goes for that word or something, and, you know, actually you took the paper yourself. It doesn't really make any sense, but it's easy to think. It's a comfortable thing to think that's what happened. But here's the point. Here's the thing. If that is what happened, and it didn't make any difference what paper you chose or what page and all that was rubbish, then that word influential, it wouldn't really be on page 14 of today's Daily Mail. And it is. It is. And if you get the Daily Mail when you go home, check it. It's in the comment article on the left-hand side of the page. Influential, near the beginning. And if you don't get the Daily Mail, you fucking buy a copy on your way home, check it when you get in. And if you still don't believe me, this is when we open the case within the case that you've had all the way through the show, and the case that was up here on stage with something in it from before we even threw the monkey out, all right? Open it up. What is that?
It's the Daily Mail.
The Daily Mail. Take it out for me. Is that the whole of the Daily Mail?
No,
it's just one page inside. What is the page?
It's page 14.
Page 14. Take it out for me. And yes or no, is there a word circled in a big red marker halfway down there?
Yeah, it's influential.
Influential. There it is, right there. Page 14, Daily Mail. Page 14, today's Daily Mail, right there. Check it yourselves. Can you get a camera on this? Can you read it? Can you read it, Danny? Thank you so much. I'll let you head back. Danny, everybody. Thank you, Danny. Thank you all. Thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you for packing this place out. Good night. Actually, wait. Can we stop? Hang on. Sorry, can you just sit down again for a second for me? Sorry. You're all intelligent people. If you think that worked just because Danny and Melissa and Kirsty are somehow kind of easy to manipulate, you'd be right, in fact. But only because you all are, that's the point, because you all are. Because that had to work on all of you. Any of you could have caught the papers, any of you could have caught the monkey. It had to work on all of you. Let me explain. The whole of the show, you see, for me, has been kind of about hidden messages. They're the messages in the foyer that made Danny choose a mouse. At the beginning, she had to because of the messages that most of you think of an elephant. And the messages that I've been giving you over the last 2 hours to make you make those decisions. The Daily Mail, page 14, the word influential. You had to, any of you would have done. Let me tell you what I've been doing. We've been filming little bits from the wings, just little clips of the show. And there's a guy called Coops backstage who edits them together and makes a little film, a short film of the show. Let me show you the film from tonight's show. So look, you remember how it started? Because Danny chose a mouse, she came up, read the thing out, it was a mouse, that was correct, and then she read out, I gave her the briefcase. Now the thing with all of these things, you will remember that I said, or you'll remember, because at the time they trip you up. They make, what did he say? And then you start to forget about them. But if I don't play this to you, you forget to remember. You forget to remember. I'll play this to you, you will remember to remember. Listen, this is what I said with the briefcase, listen. It's very simple, you get a number in your head, you turn it to that number, all right? So you get a 14 in your head, you turn it to 14. Get a 14 in your head, listen to that again. You get a 14 in your head, you get a 14 in your head. You get a 14 in your head. Danny gets a 14 in her head right from the start. Danny can see peripherally the page numbers of the times as I'm going through. She doesn't know that she's doing it, but she does, and she stops me on page 14 because it feels right. And I know I can say to her twice, in fact, do you want to change? Do you want to change the page? Do you want to change? She won't, because it feels right, so she won't change. And then we did the line game, and before the line game I said that you should all think of the surname of the first person you had a crush on when you were young. Yes? But it's not quite what I said, not the first time. And you'll remember because it would have tripped you up. But you'll remember now when I play this. Listen to what I said. You can all think of, male, the surname of the first person you had a crush on when you were young. Listen to that bit again. Just listen to that bit again. Think of, male. Think of, male. Think of Mail. Think of Mail, the Daily Mail, all right? And that was the one, when I was throwing the papers out, and as I came off the stage, I said, Daily Mail. Oh, no, we've had the Daily Mail. I mentioned it. And you went straight for that one, Daddy, because it sticks in your head. And all of you would have done the same thing, straight for that one, the one that I mentioned, the Daily Mail. And then, after the line game, I spoke about there being brochures outside for psychic courses you could go. It's rubbish. There aren't any courses. There aren't any brochures. Don't look for them. They don't exist. But it allowed me to say this. Listen. There are some fantastically expensive courses you can go on to learn psychic powers. And if you choose page £1,400 a week to learn rubbish, then that's up to you. Choose page 14. Choose page 14. Choose page 14. Yes, it's inevitable. And we know it's inevitable because Melissa and Kirsty did the same thing. They did this. Kirsty passed across the 13, 14 page. Melissa decides to go with the 14 side, not the 13 on the other side. Inevitable. See, proof. And then, during the line game, I had the first guy come forward, I think Tony was his name, and I spoke about how people give themselves away when they're lying, and I sort of tried to put him on the spot, and you kind of laugh because it's like a little joke, and you laugh about it, but you forget, then you miss what I said just beforehand with this guy, which was quite blatant. But listen again. Because of the sorts of unconscious behaviours that we unconsciously choose daily, male subjects tend to be themselves a little bit more away from female subjects. So I think they choose daily, male, choose daily, male. Choose daily mail, choose daily mail. You would have done, any of you would have done. She didn't want to change her mind. She didn't want to change her mind. I was so fair about it. And then you go for a drink. You go for a drink, you come back after the drink, I hammer a nail into my nose, and I came to the front of the stage. I don't know what you thought I said at this point. It was just rubbish. It was just rubbish coming out of my face. But listen to it now. Listen to what I said. Do you hammer daily a number 14 male into your head? Hammer daily a number 14 male into your head. Hammer daily a number 14 male into your head. Hammer, you get hammer? Yeah, hammer, daily. Daily number 14 male into your head. Yes? And then, let me unroll the tarpaulin. I came to the front of the stage and spoke about pain being subjective. And, oh, God, here's the thing. You all knew the word. You knew it was going to be influential all the way through the second half of the show. You knew it was going to be, but you didn't know that you knew. Because Melissa had to know, because when Melissa was tearing up the paper, you had to tear around that word. You had to keep track of it and tear around it without knowing that's what you were doing and then know which half to give me. She tore around it. Listen to what I said. Listen. Pain is very subjective. It's a subjective thing. Like when you're young and you tear around influential and you cut yourself. You don't realise that you're cut until you look down and you see the blood and then suddenly it starts to hurt. Tear around influential. Tear around influential. Tear around influential, exactly what you do. You put all that together over the last 2 hours. You put all that together. This is what you've been hearing without realising you've been hearing it. You get a 14 in your head. Think of male. Choose page 14. Choose daily. Male. Hammer daily a number 14 male into your head. Tear around influential. Tear around influential. 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 That's why it was the Daily Mail. That's why it was page 14, not 13 on the other side. And that's why it was the word influential. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for coming out tonight. And thank you for playing. Good night.
Derren Brown's book, Tricks of the Mind, is in shops now, priced $18.99. Next tonight on 4 title songs to Live and Let Die For, James Bond's greatest hits.